Guys, we proceed. I am launching into the CB practice platform, and we are answering the section B question on budgeting to revise the topic to start revising the topic budgeting, key area of the PM syllabus. This is a pre-September 2023 mock exam. Like we agreed, no matter how well we do it and you understand, section B question, 5 questions. Please, somebody calculate and tell me how long you should spend on that exam, on that question in the exam. Please, somebody should confirm to us. Question 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 5 questions, all on budgeting, must be done in how many minutes in the exams? I love to hear from you guys. We spoke about it. Do me a favor. I want to be sure about it. If you don't know, then you don't have a strategy for your exam. I will remind you.
9 minutes.
Say again.
9 minutes.
9 minutes, you'll be rushing too much. And very likely, you will be scoring very poorly. 9 minutes, you'll be putting too much pressure on yourself. Unnecessary. Somebody says 7 minutes. No way. 7 minutes, you will worry yourself so much. Highly likely, all those 5 questions, you get them incorrect because the questions are going to be not too friendly. You won't be treated with kid gloves. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 5 questions.
Well, this.
Say again.
Okay. Close the door. Close the door.
All right. I thought somebody was talking to me. Obviously talking to somebody else outside the classroom. Let me remind you guys. Where's my on-screen calculator? Yeah, I have it. 180 minutes, that's 3 hours divided by 100 marks, is 1.8 minutes per mark. That's the mass. 1.8 minutes per mark. 5 questions is 10 marks because every question is 2 marks. 10 marks, 1.8 minutes per mark is 18 minutes. Examiner report indicates that those who answer it in less than 18 minutes score poorly. Those who answer in 18 minutes, sometimes they score well, but they have spent too much time. So at that part of the exam, they suffer. Please write it down somewhere and be watching this every time you go to the, everywhere. Just write it somewhere that you can be looking at it every day before you write your exams. 18 minutes for the bulk of 5 objective test questions based on one scenario. The next one also 18 minutes. The next one also 18 minutes. Section A questions, 15 questions. Each of them is 2 marks. 2 times 15, 30 marks. 1.8 minutes per mark times 30 marks is 54 minutes. Please, counting 1.8 for a single question itself is a waste of time. So rather than each question, be looking at a bulk of 5 questions. Can I answer every set of 5 questions in 18 minutes? Every set of 5 questions in 18 minutes. Okay. Greenward co-manufactures lawnmowers. It has just developed a new model with enhanced blades that will improve the speed and effectiveness of grass cutting. Your PM examiner wants to make life real rather than textbook. So read actively. Greenward Co's maximum capacity is 100,000 units. The following estimates have been made of costs at different levels of capacity. So you can see 3 levels of capacity down there. For its previous model of lawnmower, Greenward Co was on average operating at 90% capacity over the last few years. Greenward Co's management accounting department has estimated that for every complete 25,000 lawnmowers produced, $110,000 of incremental costs will be incurred in addition to those listed above. What is the budgeted total production cost if production is 90% of maximum capacity? Friends, revision. Flexible budgets have been prepared for you. That is budgets at more than one activity level. That's flexible budgets. Based on these flexible budgets, if actual activity is 90% of maximum capacity is 100,000 units. 90% of 100,000 is 90,000 units. Flex the budget to that. Flex the budget to that. I just copied and pasted. Let me do this to help myself. Right. 90% of maximum capacity. You don't need to write all of this in the exam room on paper. That's 90% of 100,000 units. What did I do? Oh, so 90,000 units. What is the budgeted total production cost? It's going to be material, labor, fixed, and also be incremental. You got to test these numbers here. 1904 divided by 70, all figures in thousands, is 27.2 per unit. Keep that figure. 2176 divided by 80 is the same 27.2. 2584 divided by 95 is the same 27.2. When cost per unit is constant at 27.2, that means it's a variable cost multiplied by the 90,000 units. So you are flexing the budget. Labor, 2198 divided by 70 is 31.4. 2512 divided by 80 is 31.4. 2983 divided by 95 is 30. The PM candidate must know that it's varying at a constant rate of 31.4 per unit. So you've got to flex it to 90,000 units. Say that will be the budgeted labor cost. Fixed cost, apart from the name fixed, instead the numbers 2144, 2144, 2144. irrespective of activity. So at 90,000, it will also be 2144. Greenwood Coast Management Accounting Department has estimated that for every complete 25,000 lawn mowers produced, $110,000 of incremental costs will be incurred in addition to those listed above. Well, this is just an instruction. For every complete 25,000, we are flexing the budget for 90,000 units. How many 25,000s are in 90,000 units? They are 3.6. For every complete, so 3.6 complete is 3. So you're going to have 3 times of 110,000, 330,000. In the question I listed here as homework, COFICO, practice exam 1, there's the same thing there. However, the language was not the same. The language was such that 3.6 had to be rounded up to 4. So you multiply by 4 rather. Make sure you answer COFICO on your own. I think on the main course, I discussed COFICO with you. I think so. I don't remember too well. But go back there, whether we did or not, it doesn't matter. Total will be odd. Please, somebody find that total for me. Am I right? 7788.
Please, can you take the incremental portion again?
All right. Let me finish adding that person. I don't see my answer in there, so I want to be very sure about that something. 7788. And we don't have 7788 in there. Did I make a mistake somewhere?
7748.
Oh, I didn't add up correctly, right? Okay. So if my answer is there, all right, 7748,000. In the exams, your 7748,000 may be there, but it's not necessarily correct. But hopefully this one is correct. Answer option C. Yes, so here in PM, your examiner, PM is based on management accounting. And management accounting, unlike financial accounting, your answers must be context-driven. You must pay attention to what the examiner says. The examiner, and he has the right to speak the language the way he wants. He says that management accounting department has estimated that for every complete 25,000 lawn mowers produced, $110,000 of incremental costs will be incurred. Well, if you are flexing the budget for 90,000, how many 25,000s are in 90,000? I did the math, 90,000 divided by 25,000. The number of 25,000s in 90,000 is 3.6. But the examiner's instruction is for every complete 25,000, 0.6 is not complete. So it's approximately 3. So for every one of these 3, we'll incur extra or incremental 110,000. So 110,000, 3 times the 330,000. Let me check something. 7748 minus 330. The candidate who did not account for the incremental cost will choose answer option A, and that is 0. The candidate who approximated 3.6 to 4 and rather multiplied 4 by 110 and got, what did I do? 4 multiplied by 110 and got 440 instead of 330 and added it to 2144 and added to 2826 and added to 2448. Must be thanking God that his incorrect answer or her incorrect answer is not in there. But it's also possible for the examiner to fix it in there. So listen to the examiner and then don't answer questions because, oh, I solved the question like this before. This was how I did it. So this one too, I'll do it like that. Don't do that in PM. You can do it in other papers, but not in PM. Well, can you do it in other papers? Sorry, I'm not sure. But you cannot do that in PM, certainly. All right. This is how I select answer option C. When we finish this, I'll show you how to always get this thing marked and in your preparation for the exams. Next, same scenario on the left. My internet is a bit slow at this point. What are the estimated machine costs if production is 95% of maximum capacity? Emphasis on machine costs. I'm trying to do this at once so I don't, after class, I don't struggle to put my notes together. So all of this will get us a bit slower and we'll answer this session B question in more than 18 minutes. Okay. Management accountant has identified a machine preparation and running costs that have been excluded from the budget. He also believes that sales demand will result in Greenward Co using 95% of maximum capacity. Each lawnmower will require 0.15 machine hours. The following estimates have been prepared for the different levels of machine hours and cost. Machine costs. PM candidate must know that when you are given two sets of data like this, machine time in hours and machine cost, it means they have a relationship. If I try 270,000 divided by 15,000, I'll get 18 per machine hour. 18. At random, let me do 245,500 divided by 12,000. I'll get something different from what I got first. That tells me that the machine costs are semi-variable. Unlike material and labor that at different levels, I got the same cost per unit. Here I'm getting the different cost per machine hour. PM candidate must know that you got to apply high-low technique. This is assumed knowledge for anybody learning for PM. Lowest activity, 9,000 machine hours. Highest activity, 15,000 machine hours. High-low says the variable cost per machine hour. Please watch, I didn't say per unit. It's machine cost and time. So variable cost per machine hour is the difference between 270,000 and 216,000, being the total cost at the highest and lowest, divided by the difference between the activities themselves. 15,000 minus 9,000. Machine running costs, variable, is $9 per machine hour. Based on that, we can estimate the total fixed cost per period to be, let me try highest activity. At the highest activity, if your total cost is 270,000, take out the variable cost, and what is left is the fixed cost. The variable cost has been calculated as 9 up there times 15,000 hours. So 9 times 15,000 is the total variable cost at the highest level. Take that out of the highest level cost, 270, you are left with fixed costs. Question, what are the estimated machine costs if production is at 95% of maximum capacity. That's 95% of 100,000. So that's 95,000. In that case, total machine costs is going to be total fixed cost. That is not depending on activity, 135,000 plus total variable costs, which is, you calculated it at 9 per hour, $9 per hour. And at 95,000 units, when you are told that each lawn mower will require 0.15 hours, then 95,000, let me do this, 95,000 mowers, each of them requiring 0.15, they will be needing that number of hours, whatever that is, times $9 per hour. So if you do 95,000 units lawnmowers, the total machine cost will be the sum of fixed and variable. What do you have for that? 263, 250. Is that correct? 263, 250. What am I doing with my plus and minuses? It's not part of the answers. Oh, it's there. That's answer option B. That's answer option B, sorry. Answer option 263, 250. Answer option B. Okay. This question must be answered in 3.6 minutes. Exam strategy. Save 2 minutes buffer. So 3.4, sorry, save 0.2 buffer. So 3.4 minutes. All right. Candidate clicks this. Next. Variance is being tested here. Variance calculation. Greenwood Co-sales director has decided that the budgeted sales price of the new lawnmower should be $120 and budgeted contribution should be $50. So that means budgeted variable cost should be $70. Actual sales of the lawnmower were 94,000 units and sales revenue was 111,040,000. Now, before we go, let me tell you this. The examining team says that in section B, each of the 5 questions based on the scenario will be independent of the other. So you are not going to be, you are not supposed to be penalized that because you can't answer question 25, you should also not be able to answer question 26. They'll be very independent. So this is a deep independent question of the other requirements. Using a flex budget approach, what were the sales variances? Revision. Sales variances are sales price and sales volume. Sales price, sales volume. Sales price, sales volume. These are the sales variances we have. If you look at the answers, you realize that you are being asked to calculate them. Well, sales price variance. The question we ask ourselves in class, and on revision, I'm reminding you, is how much we should earn versus how much we did earn. These are the 2 questions. How much we should earn versus how much we did earn. We sold 94,000 units. Sales price, we budgeted to sell one for 120. So having sold 94,000 units, Had we sold it at a price of 120, we should have been raking in revenue of 11,280,000. But question says we did earn $11,040,000. The sales price variance is adverse. We earn less money than we should have earned. It means that for some reason, we sold the lawnmowers at less than $120 price budgeted. What's the difference? $240,000 adverse. All the requirements, you see that they're asking you to calculate both sales price and sales volume. Please be smart in the PM exam and in any computer-based exam. I will select answer A because answer A has got sales price variance, $240,000 adverse. None of the answers, other answers, has it. So I will not waste time with calculating the sales volume variance. It's not necessary. But for the sake of revision, sales volume variance is volume, what quantity we should sell, versus what quantity we did sell. Well, we did sell 94,000 lawnmowers per the budget. The budgeted sales price of the lawnmower was 120, and budgeted contribution should be 50. I was told the actual sales of the lawnmower were 94,000 units. Well, I've not been told the budgeted sales. I've not been told. The examiner knows he didn't tell me. That's why he didn't bother confusing me with two options that will give me the same answer for sales price variance and different answers for sales volume. So the assumption in this question, this requirement, is that we budgeted to sell 94,000 units. We sold 94,000 units. There's no difference. So for the purpose of revision, pick up this, that the difference is 0. We didn't sell more, we didn't sell less. Value this at the standard contribution. At the standard contribution of question says budgeted contribution, that standard contribution is 50. So value this at 50. Please, revision point, never, ever value this at the standard selling price. Value at the standard contribution. Some questions will tell you standard profit, 0. So correct answer is option A. I'll select my option A here. All right. Please ask questions as we proceed and you have questions. Next, one of Greenward Co.'s NEDs, non-executive directors, has queried the use of flexible budgeting, wondering if the benefits are worth the cost. Which two of the following? 2 is written boldly, but people still don't see. This multiple response. Which 2 of the following are advantages of flexible budgeting? Friends, I'm leaving that for you to answer for me now. Look through the, one moment. Look through the options and see which 2 will you select as advantages of flexible budgeting. Before you do, which 2 out of 4 exam strategy, you might start knocking off some as nonsense. They are not supposed to be part of your answers at all. So that you can narrow down your search to 3 and select 2 from 3, or further down to 2 and select both. Friends, a question like this, you need 3.6 minutes. So it's not a question you rush. I will give you 1 minute because I don't want you to rush too much. But in the exam, you need 3.6 minutes. I'll be back to you in 1 minute. Friends, if you cannot speak for some reason, can you get to the chat box and tell me A, B, C, D, which two you have picked as advantages of flexible budgeting? If you can speak, please unmute yourself and tell me. Let's criticize ourselves in the classroom. Don't wait to be criticized in the exam hall. Let's get it wrong in the classroom. It's better than getting it wrong in the exam hall. Can you talk, please, or use the chat box, friends?
The option number 2 is odd. You take it off.
Okay, option number 2. Flexible budgets are quicker to prepare than fixed budgets. I agree with you absolutely. Please, don't just go into the exam thinking that you are going to pass because you have finished the syllabus or that you are a very good person, very good student. Go to the exam. This world, sometimes success comes to those who are smart. Right. Exam success also comes to those who are smart. I agree with you absolutely. Belle is in the chat box and tells me she will choose A and C for 2 marks. All right. So Belle has also agreed with you that flexible budgeting cannot be quicker because that's when you are preparing budget for 2 or 3 levels of activities. That cannot be quicker than prepare a budget for a single level of activity. So knocking off B, I see it as being smart. I agree with you. Belle says she will go for A and C. Flexible budgets provide realistic benchmarks for costs. Flexible budgeting allows for assumptions about activity levels to change. I agree with you absolutely. If you tell me D, flexible budgeting allows incremental budgeting. Incremental budgeting is where budget for next year is based on this year's results and assumptions about future changes. How can budgeting for 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of activity allow incremental budgeting? Anything can allow incremental budgeting. So D is also odd. I like what you said, quicker. Tahir, you said it's odd. That's the truth. It's odd. So I'll select A and C. Please, which 2 of the following, which 4 of the following, which 3 of the following, please adopt a strategy of being smart sometimes, all right? Eliminate things that you are dead sure should not be part. Include things that you are dead sure should be part. All right. Use these questions to revise the topics. Another non-executive director has wondered whether the budgeting system should be changed to an activity-based budgeting approach. Which 2, sorry about that, sorry, which of the following, so it's only 1, would not be an advantage of introducing an activity-based budgeting approach? If I'm writing PM and I rush this question, I will get it wrong. 3.6 minutes. Let me give you 1 minute, friends, because we are in the classroom. Which of the following will not be an advantage of introducing an ABB approach to budgeting? I'll be back to you in 1 minute. I've got 2 minutes remaining on my clock. 1 minute, do it. Let me also do it 1 minute, then we check out and come back again. Multiple choice. What is your answer? Play it smart. Number 2, ABB helps identify and eliminate activities that do not add value. It's true and it's an advantage. It's true and it's an advantage. Which of the following will not be an advantage? So you don't select that. Yeah? You were saying something?
Yeah, I was about to say number 2 is odd.
Yeah, no, number 2 is actually correct, but what it means is that which of the four will not be an advantage? So it's an advantage. So yes, it's odd on that basis. Number 3, it facilitates the control of overheads that relate to several different activities. That is true.
It's true.
Yeah.
So
It suits organizations with a small number of products and few cost drivers. That would be a waste of time because activity-based budgeting is expensive. So saying that it suits organizations with a small number of products and few cost drivers, that cannot be an advantage for them. It is cost control by focusing on what drives cost. That's true. So I'll go for option D. Friends, let's check out and come back and let me show you something about how to get this to marked for you. All right. So see you soon. When we come back and we have to explain something, we'll explain again.